What is going on, Big Strong Gamers? It is Benson. Today I have the gameplay guide for Vanguard Zombies, all the new stuff that's returning, etc, etc. You know how this goes, man. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that cool nonsense. You know how this goes. Check out the links in the description, Discord, Twitter, yada yada yada. But other than that, gamers, let's get it. Okay, to start us off, we have, obviously the gameplay guide. This is the thing, the most interesting thing, the whole overview of the thing. We got a whole new zombies experience, and to be honest here, we kind of know what that means. We've heard that 20 billion times, so I think it's pretty fair. I'll leave this here for a split second if you want to pause it. But, I mean, it's really just going over, like, the regular old, just an overview of everything that's going on right now. Now, we have this new thing, the Dark Ether entities and its artifacts. Artifacts, I think, are just, like, basically this, the whole, like, I don't know, the field upgrades, if you just describe it like that. They are the entities of Cerex the Shadow, Belliker the Warlock, Invocator the Destroyer, and Notorous the Conqueror. Obviously, these don't really play into effect. They'll probably have some lore behind them, but really they're just field upgrades. Now for Dragon of the Cerex, this thing is the Ethereal Explosion, dealing massive damage to enemies who set it off. This is Energy Mine, just think of it like that. Mask, Dark Ether, you get a hide, 5 seconds, Ether Shroud, Sword of the Invocator, Ethereal Flame, boost damage, yada yada, Ring of Fire, and a Horn of the Nordicus summons a Frigid Vortex, damaging enemies with initial blast and slowing those that enter. Frost Blast. It's just all the same, so nothing too new on the field upgrades. We'll probably get some more later in the future, but for now, probably just gonna be the same old, same old. Now we have new narrative voices. Now don't get your hopes up. That don't mean we got a crew, but rather it is in-game characters that are, I believe, to be in a mode or map alone. Unfortunately, we don't have any maps for, the preseason or I believe even season 1. So, if you're hoping around based, I'm sorry to tell you that's just an L right there. I'm sorry, but we have new voices by Gabriel Kraft. They're actual people. They're not just the demons. Yeah, however you spell this dude's name, I don't know. I don't want to butcher it. Cortifix and other dark entities will provide their own unique gallows and humor and commentary throughout the game. So it's at least nice that we'll get some sort of humor. We're not just do this, do that. That got kind of boring over a bit. I'm not gonna lie. Now, this new thing, the Altar of Covenants, 32, yeah, whopping 32 new upgrades. Now, that is actually a lot, but I believe it is somewhat kind of just based off of the upgrades. So basically, this is the Altar of Covenants. It's this little picture right here, and it is a little, I don't know, upgrade station. They offer powerful new abilities to equip as you progress through the match, provided in exchange for new sacrificial heart loot items that are dropped from completing objectives. That is a new item. I have no clue what that is. You're probably confused what it is too. I am too, but hey, we'll see in a couple days. You'll get access to 11 at launch, and then 32 as you upgrade and explore and all that nonsense. But the initial set that we get on launch would be Bloodlust. Melee attacks do more damage and heal you. This is good if you're doing like a melee challenge, or maybe you have they probably have bayonets, so this might be useful for bayonets. Resurrectionist, revive allies faster. Quick revive, brain rot, turn zombies on your side. Cryo freeze, you freeze them. Death blow, critical kills, return bullets to the clip. This is new. This is actually kind of good. I would say it would be good, especially on a shotgun or like maybe a sniper, a low clip gun. Ammo gremlin, stowed weapons, refill ammo. That's actually pretty nice if you're like just camping, or you're just switching weapons pretty quick, or you just have guns that chew through ammo too quickly. Dead accurate, that's just dead shot daiquiri. Splatterfest, enemies killed by explosives may explode. Maybe like elemental pop. Unholy ground, deal more damage. That is Stonehold Stronghold. Coal of the Week, deal more damage to slowed or stunned zombies. I'm assuming this will be good with Cryo Freeze and also Dead Wire, which we'll probably get later on. Motherload, chance to keep equipment after using it. Meal Kick. That's really it. That's what we get on launch, the 11, but we will eventually see 32 as we upgrade and explore later on throughout the game. A little bit unfortunate, but hey, 11 is better than 5, so you kind of have to take it. Now you can have up to 3 of these at the same time, and the covenants randomize after each objective, so you can have this selection for one time, but maybe another time you won't, so just keep that in mind. So I guess it's kind of RNG based if you're going to get the best ones or not. It might take you 5 rounds, it might take you 20, either or, just just meh. It'll be definitely dependent, like it says, finding your perfect build on if you're playing solo or if you're playing a co-op build. I'm assuming if you have a co-op build, you might want to run Quick Revive, and if you're not, you're playing solo, you probably won't. That's kind of the a little bit unfortunate thing, but it seems to be Deadshot's probably going to be meta because you get the extra 100% extra critical damage. It's basically not Deadshot, but double tap if you think of it along those lines. But if not, you know, it is what it is. It's probably going to be some meta covenant or whatever you want to call it. Now we have upgradable perks. This is where things get interesting, because when you go through the objectives, that's when you're able to upgrade the abilities. It's not like Cold War where you just gather them throughout games and get an end-game reward. You gather the upgrades via actual points. So, you know, when you do this, you're not basically getting the same match. Or say if you have tier 5 Jug right now, you're gonna have to earn that every single match. So it seems a little, you know, overdone, but I mean, I guess it adds replayability at the end of the day. These are all little Jug, Deadshot, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, and Stamina. You just think of it like that. They got fancy names, but it's just the same thing. It's just a different name. Now, like I said, you are able to upgrade to tier 4 in every game, and I believe after that there is no more upgrades. So now, like I said, you know, before, you don't have to just grind out a couple games at the beginning of the season and then you're done. Now it's rather you got to grind every single game, so you're playing more and more. Now, you know, it's going over what upgrades do. I think we all kind of know what they do. They're not cheap, obviously. You know, tier 1's gonna be free, 2,500 for tier 2, 5,000 for tier 3, and then 7,500 for tier 4. Now that's just one off of every perk. So, you know, if you upgrade 5 perks, that's probably gonna cost you around like 32,000 extra, just somewhere along those lines, just to upgrade the whole thing, just to get, you know, probably more than that, to be honest. I'm not doing the math, but you see what I'm saying. It's gonna be a lot of cash. Now we have weapon acquisition and upgrades and tiers. Basically, they're changing it up again with this rather than the Cold War kind of style. This time around, you'll need a loot chest, spin the mystery box, and watch for drops from powerful enemies at higher rounds to get your hands on additional weaponry in lieu of old style wall buys. So it seems to be there are no wall buys in this mode. It could be introduced in, you know, round based maps, but with this mode, we're not going to be seeing them, unfortunately. Now you have to upgrade them. Now it is going to be 7,500 for the first pack instead of your casual regular 5,000, and then 15,000 for level 2, and then 30,000 for level 3. They're just kind of upping it for the initial pack-a-punch by 2,500. It's not too bad, but a little unnecessary change. And now weapon tiers are defined by the pack-a-punch level. So rather than you got to upgrade to tier 3, now you have to actually upgrade just the pack-a-punch. So honestly, I kind of like this a little bit more. I don't mind paying the extra 2,500 every time, so I don't have to deal with the salvage system, at least for upgrading, because I thought it was really bad. I don't know if it was just me, but I thought it was bad and just horrible and a really annoying idea. Like, why have 2 upgrade systems for one? It don't make sense at the end of the day. Now, also, you know, you got some extra other stuff, but it seems to be the mystery box is probably going to be useless now, again, because custom loadouts are coming back. So, you know, for those who like to make those little class setups and stuff, make sure, you know, get your good ones out, because we're going to be seeing that once again. This is just a little pre-loadout for like those who are buying Vanguard off launch, and you'll probably be starting off without a bunch of cool, you know, levels and all that. So, you know, these are going to be the initial ones. I don't know exactly when it will actually allow for, you know, you to actually make a custom class. I'm assuming level 4 like normal, but hey, at the end of the day, you never know. Now, it's going on about a new experience with every match. So now it's, you know, games are going to be different. They're going to take you to different areas. And unfortunately, the objectives are literally the same as Outbreak. And, you know, we got Blitz, Transmat, and Harvest. Harvest, we've seen that. Transmit, we've seen that. And Blitz, we've seen that as well. It's just a different name. It's going to be the holdout little area. Now, it says when you change maps, you could be getting an area of just one. So you might say for Shinonuma, you might only get one floor of the hut, maybe the top floor, maybe the bottom floor only. As the rounds continue, you know, they're going to be changing up every time. So yeah, just make sure you got to watch out for that at least. And it might get harder and harder, you know, the higher the level you go. Now we get some season 1 and beyond ideas, what's going to go on. As you can see, there is absolutely nothing for zombies besides this tiny little corner. So yeah, that's it. So don't be excited too much. We're probably going to be seeing DLC 1 probably in 2022. So if you're not interested in that, yeah, that's just how it goes. But yeah, we're gonna be getting new content around the 2nd, but to be honest, it looks to be just the new mode. It's not gonna be anything round based, so very unfortunate. Now we're gonna be getting new covenants, a new objective, and new weapons, zombies challenges, holiday theme updates, and more. Really boring stuff, you know. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. We're not gonna be getting a new mode via, you know, the main quest until later down the line in season 1, which will probably be mid update, so probably around January, I would say. You know, usually it is only about once a month passes, usually the season's halfway done. So mainly the meat and bones are going to be within the mid-season 1 update. I'm estimating this. Don't take this to consideration. You know, it might not be season 1 mid, it might be a little bit before or after, so just keep that in mind. Now we're going to be expanding more on the narrative of the Dark Ether, which, you know, we've all know and we've heard, so it's nothing really anything too new. We've gotten a new trailer, you know, and this new music. You're probably listening to this in the background. It sounds pretty sweet. It's actually pretty good. I like it quite a bit. And that is really just the wrap up for this. So gamers, if you haven't already, leave a like, subscribe, all that cool nonsense. You know how this goes. Check out the links in the description. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. But if you made this far, you deserve a cookie, and I love you. But on that, gamers, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day. See ya.